Coach Mel back here from Sincerely Creative Mom. Y'all, today we're going to take this 14-inch round grapevine wreath. I have a piece of garland and using pieces of this for all sorts of different things. This is what I have left. So we're going to kind of curve it, and I'm just going to use this as a piece. And I'm going to stick it right on here. And instead of gluing it on, I'm going to take these pipe cleaners. I have just a couple. I'm using brown. You're not going to be able to see it from the top here. And I wanted it to kind of blend in from the bottom. So we're using brown. We're not going to tie it crazy tight, but I do want to feel like it's secured down there. And the only reason why I'm not going to tie it too tight is because, you know, I don't want the, I don't want those to get real tight so that I can't put all the stuff that we're going to put in here. So we're just going to make a real pretty winter grapevine feel. We're going to add a nice red bow because red, solid red is just so classic. You could add any color actually to this style. Everything doesn't have to be, you know, showstopper. Something can be super simple and still be really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this in. And then, not insane. I'm going to slip that right back inside so that the pointy parts of those pipe cleaners don't, you know, rub against the back of your door. I just cut it off. It's out of habit. Just gives it a clean edge there to push in. So this just gives it a nice little coverage. Really simple. I'm just going to take this first one. Let's get our glue pot going here. Take this first one, I'm going to get a little glue under, I'm going to come right underneath. Just enough glue, come right underneath. Now, because I didn't push on that stem too tight, when I pulled in the pipe cleaner for the garland, my grapevine should be loose enough to bring these in. So I'm just going to make a little pattern here. So I still want to see some of that, you know, it's Christmas. We can see some of that stuff. All right, this is going to be kind of our transition point. So from here, this came down. I'm going to go up with the next. So you could go as, we're going to start up here actually. So you could go as simple as this. I mean, this is as simple as it gets. You could, if you wanted to, of course you could add some, a sign. You could add a sign for sure. This one I'm just going to go really extra simple and just leave it with the greenery. Who doesn't love eucalyptus? It's really traditional, I feel like, in my thoughts. Trying to give this a little bit of life and a little bed for our bow to sit on. Again, we're coming in with a nice classic red bow. And I'm making a little bed for it right now. Make sure I have a spot for that to go. Your fingers because that glue is hot. I have one little piece left. I'm going to leave it for a second. I know it looks kind of crazy. It's going to come full circle. We're going to come up just like this. and we're going to make a bow. Single ribbon red bow. Single ribbon red bow. And I'm going to kind of want these to kind of come down this way. You get a nice little curl there. And I start with one. This is going to be a kind of center loop, so it's going to be not as big, but this is the top of the top of the bow. So one little loop and pinch. I'm going to twist, and I need to see how big my top loop is going to be, so I know how big my bottom loops are going to be. Start just a little bit bigger than that loop. And all I'm going to do is pinch. Here we go. Pinch, twist, loop. This one's going to be a little bit bigger because this center one is only to hide our pipe cleaner. Pinch, twist, loop, pinch, twist, loop. So I'm going to have two that are the same size. This one doesn't count. Two that are the same size, and my next loops are going to get a little bit bigger. Pinch, twist, just a little bit bigger than this last one, and then I'm going to go three this size. Pinch, twist, loop. So I'm twisting. Now this red ribbon is fairly the same on both sides, but I'm twisting so that I can always see that pretty side, because even though it looks the same, there is a faint difference between the sides. Pinch, twist, loop, one more, pinch, twist. This ribbon is 1.5 inch. It is wired. Pinch, twist, loop. That's 3 loops. You could stop here. I think we're going to stop here. Yeah, I think we'll stop here. You could keep going. I'm just going to put one pipe cleaner. I'll set my ribbon down to kind of make sure I get a good grip. Nice and tight. Twist, twist. Right through, right through, right through. This is always the hardest part, y'all. Forgive me if it takes a second. I'm going to tie it on the underside. Okay, so from here, my tails are going to come down into that center. Wired ribbon is very forgiving, so just give it a little curl. We're going to cut those ends. And I'm going to curl it in. Nice big loop. Nice big curly. I cut it on that edge so it gives it that nice little finished look. I bring that center. This center will bring up and hide that pipe cleaner. The first thing. We're going to start from the bottom. I'm going to move one down, one up, one goes in the center, one goes in the top and the bottom. So that was my bottom layer, my top layer, and my center loop. The other side just the same. Just like that. When you pull on those, they stay in place. So perfect. I have these cute little snowflakes. So, right where that layer is, in between where we put the white, then we put 2 eucalyptus, then we put a white, two eucalyptus than the white. So I'm going to come in right where those eucalyptus were and see if we can't get a couple of these in. So I'm trying to add 5. Odd numbers are always the best when you're creating. So I'm trying to add 5 of these in here. And so sometimes you got to make sure you got room. Make sure you have room. That went right in. Good job. So I hope this has inspired you. It is very, very pretty in person. Just real traditional, real classic.